That's a very sudden music drop, by the way. Good evening, SPCS. Welcome, everyone, to the. Ooh, that is very loud and the peaking on the microphone. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it right now. So sorry about that. I had this tested before I started. I hope that's better. And if it's not, please let me know in the chat. I just noticed that went crazy, though. So please let me know if that's still being dumb. But anyways, welcome everybody to the Series 2 info drop. I am once again Mr. Yeti, the owner of SPCS. It is my privilege and honor to be here with all of you as we get ready to kick off matches for SPCS Series 2 starting next week, which I still cannot believe that it is actually happening, folks. I cannot believe we are actually getting started here. Everyone, Series 2 is going to be the best one we've done yet, which we've only done 2, so the bar is low. So we're optimistic, to say the least. But nonetheless, we are very excited to get everything kicked off. We have a lot to go over tonight, everybody, in our information drop. We're going to talk about how you're going to be reporting scores. We're going to talk about some rule changes that for those who were in last Series 1 to Series 2, so you guys are aware of some of those. Talk about some important things for you guys. We're also going to draw those Week 1 schedules, and we're going to be drawing, or we're going to be putting out the map pool for Series 1 regular season as well. So stay tuned, guys. Lots to go over tonight, and we could not be more thrilled to have you here with us. And first and foremost, as the owner of SPCS, I just want to say a personal thank you to everybody who participating this season. Just the fact that you're interested in coming here and the fact that you're interested in giving this tournament a shot. It's our privilege to host you here, and hopefully we can give you guys a great experience. Okay, I'm trying again. Trying again. Trying again. Okay, good. Well, hey, we back, folks. I'm sorry about that. My microphone sucks, apparently, and I need to get it fixed. So sorry about that, everybody. But nonetheless, first and foremost, I hope you're excited for a great experience we're going to have here in SPCS Series 2. First and foremost, I just want to say a personal thank you to all of you who are giving us a shot. It's our privilege here to have you be a part of this experience, and we're thrilled to host you guys. We love doing what we do, and it's all about creating a really cool experience. For me personally, for those of you who don't know me, I've been doing this now for about 8 years. I started back in Tranquility, for those of you who are familiar with that, back on their staff in their second season, and then we did 12 of them. So had a lot of success within Tranquility, a lot of fun, but I'm really excited for this venture here with Spawn Point Championship Series. So very grateful for the wonderful people around me, and very grateful for the wonderful people who have been with us for so long, and also those who are here brand new today. I'm really excited to do this once again. I've been doing it for 8 years, and I haven't stopped loving the tournament scene. I haven't stopped loving this community. So this has been, again, my privilege and honor for so many years, and I'm really looking forward to doing it once again. So thank you all for being a part of this, and I look forward to having you be with us this season, and hopefully you have a great time. That's the most important thing to me. And if you aren't having fun, don't be afraid to let me know. If something in SPCS is bothering you, if you'd like to talk it over, my DMs are always open. Feel free to reach out anytime. I'm more than happy to help. And in the end, I want to make your experience as great as possible within Spawn Point Championship Series. So feel free to reach out to me. Navino is threatening to join the stream 8 drinks in if this goes too long. So I really want to get this thing going and wrapping it up. Navino is the other owner of Spawn Point as well. We have a lot of wonderful staff here. I'm not going to sit and go through all of them. They know who they are, and a lot of the division admins have already been in contact with teams as well. You'll see them throughout the season. They're the ones with the red names in the chat, guys. They're wonderful. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing started right now and talk about Series 2 and everything to come with Series 2. So first and foremost, we want to talk about, as I go to a different window and my lighting blows out there. Ooh, that looks horrible. 1 second. I'm going to fix that because that's really bothering me. Oh, that looks bad too. Oh God, it all looks bad. Oh God, I'm so pasty. I'm so pasty. How can I be less pasty? Hold on, let's turn that there. Oh, nope, that just looks worse. Oh God, what happened to my youthful glow? Oh man. You know what? Screw it. We're just going to roll with it. All right, everyone. Again, welcome to the information drop. We have a lot to go over. There's some changes going into this season, specifically first and foremost. Shut up, Bubba. First and foremost, how to enter your scores. So last season, obviously, we just had a Discord message that you would type in. This season, everything can be handled by the players for adding scores to the Solomon.gg website. For those of you who aren't aware, SPCS is really excited for the fact that we get to partner with Solomon and the Solomon.gg platform. It is an incredible tool as Solomon continues to add more Infinity Stones to his esports gauntlet. But nonetheless, he's the absolute GOAT of esports, and he has given us this great tool to work with and hosted us there in the Solomon.gg platform. And it allows us to create a place where we can do a lot of stuff automatically that we would normally have to do manually, which saves so much time and effort for all of us. I can promise you that much. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Solomon.gg website together and how that all works. So once again, if you are looking for the SPCS version of the Solomon.gg website, that link can be found in the chat right now. It's spcs.solomon.gg. This is a very important link. This links to everything you will need to know for SPCS Series 2. Right now, it's a little bit bare bones. We don't have the teams on there yet. We don't have a schedule on there yet. It's all in process, folks. I don't know if you noticed, we just finalized our team list today. So, patience, everyone. Patience. So, this is the Solomon.gg website. It's a really good thing to get familiar with for everybody, not just team leadership, but for everybody, because this will have standings, your schedule, playoff brackets. It will have everything. This is an extremely important tool, and you're gonna want to have it saved as one of your favorites. Put it on your favorites bar on your Google Chrome. Put it on your Firefox bar right now. Put it as a dedicated link. Make it your homepage. I don't really care what you do, but it's an important link, and it gives you a lot of access to a lot of what we have to offer. For example, it has a link to our Twitter account. It has a link to our official Twitch channel, which you are watching right now. A link to our Discord, which you should probably already have. If you don't, I'm concerned. And then last but not least, it has a link to our YouTube channel, which, by the way, our YouTube channel will be now having all of our matches exported to them that we feature on our broadcasts every single week. So make sure if you haven't gone and checked out our YouTube, go there, give it a subscribe, and that way you'll be able to catch all of our matches that are going to be forwarded over there throughout the season. And this also, any broadcast that gets put on this channel will be moved over to the YouTube. So make sure you go check it out. Go ahead and you can just go ahead and go over there and just subscribe. Just go subscribe. Just go get it done. But in the interim, I want to introduce you to all the things that that the Solomon.gg platform will be able to do for teams this season. And the first thing is how to report your scores. So they're going to do things, again, a little bit differently this time. So if you want to go report your scores, you will go find your match on the schedule. So for instance here, Solomon has done us the favor of creating a match between myself and him for the sake of our reporting here. So I will go ahead and I will go to the report button, which brings up this wonderful screen here. And it shows you everything that goes into the process here. So you will add your maps in based on how the maps go. You will add a map score and you will add a replay code. The winner of the match is responsible for submitting their replay codes and all the map scores. The winner of the match does this. This is very important. If you don't do this within 24 hours, ideally same night, just to be perfectly honest with you, you should do it the same night. But if you don't do it within 24 hours, you forfeit the match. We're not going to wait for you guys. It's important to get replay codes on there quickly. For competitive integrity's sake, everybody will have access to these replay codes. We want to give everybody access to the same information and the same time frame. So it's important that we get this information into our schedule, or into the website as quickly as possible after your match. It also helps us create our next schedule. Dorito brings up a great point in chat, and it was the next thing I was going to bring up about hero bans. We'll be talking about that in a second, but I want to go through each one individually. All first maps throughout the series will be on control, and that will be predetermined. In the playoffs, the higher seed gets to pick them, but the map will be predetermined. So in this, let's just say for this example, we're going to say Oasis was the first match. And let's say Solomon, he won. We'll say he won 2-1. We'll just play it fair. Enter a random replay code. Sure. And he's the winner. And it was picked by nobody because nothing was ever settled there. We're going to go ahead and add in the bans. Let's say I went ahead and banned... let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. We banned Hazard, and we banned Juno. Sure. Cool. That all looks good. And now we go down to the next map. So this map will be my pick. So I'll note that here because I lost the previous map. The loser of the prior map picks both the map type or the game type and the map from our map pool, which will be, well, you can see it actually here, but we'll see a graphic here very soon. So we'll say that I picked Flashpoint because I'm insane, and I went with New Junk City, and we won 3-1. We had a replay code. Sure. Cool. And then let's say for bans, let's say I banned Junkrat because I hate Junkrat players so much. And let's say Solomon banned, well, let's just say Hazard. Sure. We'll just say Hazard. And there is your bans and everything for that map. Now we go to the next map, which is going to be picked by Solomon because he lost the previous one. And we will say he picked Circuit Royale and he won 3-2. Sure. It automatically adds another map. Oh, it is not showing on the screen. Yeah, there's a list that pops out. It's really quite lovely. Can you fill in the bans during the match? It doesn't. You can fill this out during the match. The thing is only the winner submits this. So you can't. Yeah, so I would say just keep track of it. You can do that, Dorito? Okay, thank you. Good to know. I'm not immediately familiar with that step of the process. Dorito has actually a little bit more experience than I do. So we'll go fill out a replay code. We'll say bans here. Just grab something quick. And then immediately it popped up another map because, again, our matches are first to 3. Therefore, the match result hasn't been defined. So I will be picking this map here. And let's just say I picked Midtown. And I lost 3-1. So in this case here, Solomon is the winner. And now it did not add another map because we have found a winner. In this case here, we have found that the winner is Solomon with 3-1. It does not add another map because we don't need another map. And let's just add the bands in. We'll say Venture and Brigitte. And then we'll be all done. This is completed now in full. We will now hit submit the report. It'll ask you to confirm. You'll go through all the information on your screen. And submit for approval. When it is submitted for approval, it will now go into the Discord, which I don't have here. I won't be showing, but it's going to send a notification. And captains, by the way, team staff, you can see this right now. It will send a ping over to Solomon for him to approve this score. So once you submit the score, the loser has to go in and approve it. You are required to do this. Please make sure it happens. We need these scores to be updated and approved as quickly as possible for the sake of our competition. We need it all to be updated and added to the spawn point or the spawn point Solomon website as quickly as possible. Solomon has now approved it, as you see, and you can now see on the screen exactly what happened there. He has approved it, and it indicates so there. We don't need to approve it. It is done, and now we'll go over to the schedule, and you can see here. I probably need to reload it. I'm going to reload it right now. Oh, that's week 3. Week 2 now shows Solomon with a 3-1 win. So the winners report and the losers confirm. That is correct, Black Dragon. That is 100% correct. So, but if for those of you who have been in BPL or Kitsune League, this is something you should be familiar with. The most recent iteration of Kitsune League and BPL, by the way. So you should be familiar with this process. It is the exact same for the most part, as far as I know. So this is very simple to do. It's just important to keep track of the information. Now, if you go to the schedule, now whoever is looking at this can view everything in the map. They see here it has the lobby code, or it has not the lobby code, the replay code. It has map picks. It has the score. It has the maps, well, map stats, which are kind of irrelevant for this sake here, and all of that. So that is how that all works. There's another tool that we can do on here for rescheduling, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. So rescheduling here, you submit your reschedule on the SPCS website. But here's last season, for those of you who are around, you pinged us in the staff chat. No longer going to do that. You're going to be submitting your reschedule on the SPCS website, and you're going to be doing that here. Shuan had it pre-recorded. I'm not doing that. You could do that right here on the SPCS website. But once again, you're going to want to talk beforehand, because all this does is send a request with a date. Talk to your opponent beforehand. Ask them if that will work, if this adjustment to the schedule will work for them, and then enter it into the system. If you go into the reschedule right here, you can send a reschedule request to your opponent. You'll see here that the reschedule can happen anywhere between Saturday and Sunday. I'm sorry, it's between Sunday of that week and Saturday of that calendar week. Again, as you look at the calendar. So for rookie level players, you will have a lot of days after your scheduled day where you need to have it scheduled, but that's just kind of how it has to work. So during that entire calendar week, you will have the flexibility to make an adjustment and reschedule. So that is how that's going to work. We need matches to be done in that time frame. If they're not completed, we'll declare the match a draw. It's important that these matches get done, so please make sure that that happens. If you are in other divisions, again, intermediates on Wednesday and advances on Thursday, you're going to want to make sure to check your schedule, work with your opponents, and then submit your match reschedule option here. So taking a look, I need to reschedule my match. This isn't going to work. And I'm going to send, I talked to Solomon already, and we agreed to reschedule. It'll pop up a window here. You'll set it up in your local time. I am Central Time, the best time zone. Shout out Central Time. Then you will say, it'll ask you here, do you want to use a site time zone to edit? I don't, because I don't want to change time zones. That's weird. But we agreed we wanted to reschedule to Wednesday at 7, and we'll say 7:30 p.m. Okay, so proposed time is that, and I'm going to submit the request. And again, you will go to the Discord, and there will be a reschedule request sent, and that's specifically for Solomon. It will ping your opponent, and it will ask them to approve or deny the reschedule request. So Solomon would now go into the notifications in the Discord. And again, you guys will see all of this in the Discord if you are in team leadership, so it'll be very obvious, very apparent. So Solomon will go in and hit approve on the request, I hope soon. There he did, and oh, he denied it. Wow, what a jerk. So Solomon denied my request. That is just rude. So this is what it looks like when your request is denied. Now I'm going to send another request to him, and this time I want him to accept it so I can show you guys what that looks like. You cheeky bastard, you. All right. I'm going to send another request to Solomon, and this time he approved it. So the match reschedule has been done, and now it'll again ping into the notifications, letting him know that the reschedule is happening, and that'll all go in there. This is all going to be very helpful for you. Please make sure that you use these tools. It makes our life as staff way easier, and it's going to make your life easier too because you will be working with the tools at hand. So that is how you enter in reschedules. Please enter your reschedules as well so we aren't hunting down your scores. We will do that, and it'll be annoying for you to come back and say, oh, we rescheduled. So do these things because it's really annoying when people don't. All right. Let's talk now about our next steps here. Let's get to the next part of the website. So again, here's this standings page is currently empty, but we'll get to that part. So that is the Solomon.gg website. The last thing I want to show you, and this is more of a Solomon.gg overall thing. For those of you who've used the tool before, you might already have this. But for those of you who are new to Solomon's website, we would like you guys to create your player profiles. This is a really important thing, and I want to show you what those look like. So this is my player page. You can see where I've worked as a team staff member in all of the Solomon.gg hosted events, where I've been a player, where I've been event staff for, and all of that kind of stuff over here. It'll show you match stats for matches I participated in, which isn't a whole lot, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Bummer. But anyways, so you can see what I've done here in the Solomon.gg platform for different websites or different tournaments that I've been in. For those of you who've been in BPL or Kitsune, this is going to be here. You'll have had this stuff for a very long time, and it's really cool. But if you want to edit yours, and you should edit your profile, and I would encourage you guys to do so. It pops up this. It's going to ask you for your battle tag. Your name and battle tag will already be entered in based on the information that you submit to us, and we'll set that up. If you don't have a profile already, we will set that up for you. Okay. Starting off first, you can enter your pronouns. There's many different options here. Select the ones that are best fitting for you. Your pronunciation of your name. Mine is very simple because it's just two different words, and you should know how to pronounce those. I don't think anybody's out there calling Meister Yitai anything like that, so I just roll with this. But you can enter it however you like. If you have a really weird name, like Vile Potato, you can enter that in. If you have a weird name like HDVDNXDN, that might be a good thing to put your pronunciation how you would like to be referred to. So get that entered in there. It helps us out a lot, not just for information's sake, but it also helps our broadcasters a ton. That is a really big thing because we broadcast a lot of these matches. Having this information in here makes our broadcasters a lot happier. All right, so please put that in there if you could. Be greatly appreciated. You enter in your preferred Overwatch role. You enter in your favorite hero. This is all just fun information. It pops up on some graphics, and you profile picture of whatever you're a part of. So I'm going to enter it for SPCS because sure, but you know what? I really like that little Yeti logo, and I hope, Solomon, you keep that around. I would like that to be kept around, please. Why is my favorite hero set to Junkrat? Because I love Junkrat. Anyways, you hit save, and now it's done. Now you go to your player page, and again, it has the information there that you set up. It has that here, which is all fun and nice. It has my pronouns there as well. And then you don't see it here, but for the actual casters, it'll send, when we have a match being generated, it'll pull a caster sheet that has pronunciations, which is very helpful and important. So please fill out your player pages, guys. It's really helpful for us as staff and especially for our broadcast team. So please fill those out if you could. We're going to especially encourage it for teams who are going to be broadcasted to fill out their player pages. It goes a long way. And also, again, this follows you through all of the Solomon.gg platform tournaments, such as BPL, such as Kitsune League. Really cool opportunity to kind of create a tracking profile for you in the Overwatch space. So would love for you guys to sign up and get this all done. It goes a long way to just helping out with the experience in general. So, and this last thing, you can create a banner if you want to. It's a beta feature. It doesn't work entirely well, apparently, according to this. So, but I want something like that. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, and now I can save it. And yeah, there you go. Look at my banner. It just made a banner out of that easily. So, if you're desperate for a new Twitter banner, you can make it right there. But anyways, guys, that's the Solomon.gg platform. You can check that out right there. Oop, wrong button. And that is how You can take a look. You can get your profile set up. And again, if you don't have a profile yet, if you haven't played in one of our tournaments before, we will get you set up on that. We will create your player information. We will be doing all that here over the coming week. So hang tight. If you haven't, we'll get you set up, okay? So just hang tight, and we'll get you linked up. But anyways, that is the Solomon.gg website. So thanks for sticking with me there as we go through that process. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of self-reporting that is going to be really helpful here. I'm going to set this to dark mode real quick because this is bothering the hell out of me, and I really, really need to do that. So because it is triggering me, and I don't know how to immediately do it. So it's going to bother me until I can fix it. Somebody knows how to very quickly do this in Google Docs, I would definitely appreciate it because it's bothering me. But anyways, I want to get into the next thing. We're going to talk next about our ringer policy. There's a bit of a change from last season, so I'd ask that you bear with me while we do this. Ringers need to be at least one sub rank below the locked-in rank of the player that they are replacing. What is the locked-in rank? It is the rank that you registered into SPCS with. So if you registered as a Diamond 4 damage player, the player that is substituting for you has to be Diamond 5 or lower in order to fill for you. That is our rule set. To be very clear, we as staff do not approve your ringers for you. You will be the ones to approve your ringers. That is part of your process. As team leadership is you will be the ones to approve ringers. You will be the ones to handle that process, not us. We don't get involved in ringer approvals. We ask you guys to take the floor on that. So once you get your ringer, how to get your ringer approved by your opponent is you will send them the information in a Discord message directly to one of their team leaders, usually their team GM. You'll send them who they're replacing. You'll send them a screenshot of the profile for the current Overwatch 2 season, showing them what their rank is this season. And it's the current season, and the peak rank is what is used to determine that. And then last but certainly not least, you need to make sure you get their approval. So send them that screenshot, tell them who they're replacing, what rank they're replacing if you want to be really helpful. That goes a long way. And then you send it to them. They will review it. If they have a reason to deny the ringer that falls within our rule set, they can deny it. But they can also accept whatever. They can theoretically accept anything. The only thing they can't accept during the regular season is players on other teams during the regular season can't ring for other teams in that same division. That's specifically to players, coaches and all that. That's different. They can. But players cannot ring for other players in that same division during the regular season. So during the playoffs, there's an exception there, and we'll discuss that soon. But to be very clear on that, if you are ringing, you need to have that approval first. Once the actual match is set to begin, about 10 minutes beforehand, open up a ticket using our ticket bot in our Discord, letting us know who your ringer is, or letting us know who the ringer is, the Discord tag of the ringer that's going to be replacing them, and also send screenshots of their approval over to us as well. Once you have that information, then we will move that player into your voice chat in our Discord for the match. All right? So that's how that works. Dorito brought up a good point. If you are if your ringer gets denied that you feel like should be eligible, open up a ticket for us. We'll take a look at it, and we will intervene if necessary to make sure the situation is handled within our rule set. Again, we as staff will enforce our rule set as written. You as the approving team, you don't necessarily have to follow certain parts of our rule set. If you want to allow a ringer of higher rank, that's your choice. That being said, don't be the team to just send higher ranked ringers and say, this is all I got. Can you take it? No. We're not going to have sympathy for you there. You need to figure that out. But just to be clear, we will follow the rules as written as staff. So that is how that is going to be. For those who are questioning also for the playoffs, I brought up the one exception there. So during the regular season, a player can only substitute onto your team 3 times, and this is not just the regular season, but the entirety of Series 2. So a player can only ring for your team 3 times. After that, we have to say no. Why is this the case? The reason is theoretically you could do this to get around some of our win requirements. You could do this to get around things like our rank requirements. So we do have a limitation there to prevent teams from abusing the system to be able to get around our team requirements. So that is why that is in place. You could only have a person ring 3 matches the entirety of Series 2, playoffs, and regular season. In the playoffs, eliminated players that are on teams can ring for other teams in that same division. However, they can only do that once during the playoffs. So, and just to be clear, that's only for eliminated players. And if, let's say, if you got eliminated on Wednesday, you can't ring on Thursday. You can only play in 1 match in each division during each match week. So there's no loophole around that, just to be very clear. So that's how ringers work. Obviously, there's a lot of questions about how ringers work. Please look at the rule set, and if you have further questions, open up a ticket in our ticket bot, and we're happy to walk you through some of those things. Black Dragon, you brought up a very good question. How long beforehand do we need to inform your opponent about ringers? As early as possible is a good thing. Let them know as early as you can. If you're submitting a ringer 5 minutes after your match is supposed to start, that's pretty rude, just from a management perspective, and also it's really inconvenient for your opponent. So try to be somewhat helpful to your opponent and make sure that you get your ringers out on time. You don't have to get them out at any specific time, but just be mindful, be courteous, and be a good sport. That's what we would ask on that. So that is how that aspect of ringers work. Obviously, ringers is probably one of our most complex rules, and part of that is because we don't want people to abuse the system to work around things to theoretically make their team better because that's what they want to do. We have a ringer set in place to be somewhat strict because that's how it makes it simpler. It makes it a lot easier for your opponents, and it keeps competitive integrity, and that's important to us. So that is how the ringer process works. Again, please reference your rulebook. I cannot emphasize that enough. If you're not sure, go to the rulebook first, and then you can ask us a question. I cannot emphasize that enough. Go to the rulebook first, and then ask your question. It's a really complicated thing that a lot of people seem to struggle to understand at times. The rulebook typically has your answers. Follow the rules. Use your rulebook. It's a lovely thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's great. So, PC Nurek, missed everything. Can we run through the last 40 minutes again? Sure. Let me start over for you. Here, I got it. Let me go back. All right. Welcome, everybody, to SPCS Series 2 Information Drop. I am Mr. Yeti. No, I'm just kidding. You're going to have to go back later. So, thank you for that. All right, let's get into our next bit here. Again, ringers, there's a lot going on, guys. Use your rulebook. It's so helpful. Use your rulebook, please. Let's talk about the next thing, which is match tardiness, guys. Again, this is in the rule book, but it's amazing how people just don't follow it. So I want to be very clear on how to handle match tardiness. This is such an important thing because it makes everybody's life so much easier during these matches. And it's so much simpler if people just follow this thing here. So please follow this policy with tardiness. If your opponent is late, let us know right away by opening up a ticket on TicketBot. We will at that point add your opposing team captain or opposing team GM, whoever is working with you, whoever is present. We will add them into the ticket, and we will enforce penalties according to our rule set. We're not going to rely on you guys enforcing penalties. It gets into this whole thing about, oh, you're just rule booking us. I first and foremost, worst terminology. We have rules for a reason. Be a good sport. Be courteous to your opponent. Don't be the team who shows up at 7:45 or at 8:45 or 8:15, I should say, and is just like, well, what are we doing? Are we supposed to? Do we have a match tonight? If you're that team, first and foremost, you're incredibly rude to your opponent, and second of all, you're really just making it hard for us too. So don't be that team, guys. But again, follow this rule set. If there is an issue, open up a ticket. Let us know. If you don't open up a ticket, don't come in and tell us to enforce these delays. We're not going to do that at that point. You need to open up a ticket so we can enforce the penalties by the rules, okay? So please open up a ticket right away. And again, those penalties are 10 minutes past match start time, map 1 is forfeited, and 20 minutes past match start time, the match is forfeit. Obviously, you guys can work together. Let's say, for instance, if your opponent tells you, "Hey, I'm sorry, we're going to be 10 minutes late tonight. We just had a guy get caught in the office." Be a little bit courteous to your opponent if possible. If they're making a clear and obvious effort to be available and be present, we will be a little bit more lenient. We're not, but if it's a situation where, okay, now it's just kind of abusing the system, we will start enforcing penalties. Okay, so please just, be a good person, be courteous to your opponents, but also please get us involved right away, because it minimizes disputes, it minimizes complaints about other team managers. Oh, this they rule booked us, this is the worst. No, they didn't have time to wait for you to pull your head out of your ass and get on the computer because you were too busy making chocolate pudding or something. I don't know what you were doing, but you could just be a little bit more courteous to your opponent, maybe. So yes, be a little bit more courteous. Follow these rules. It helps us out a lot, guys. You were busy baking. What were you baking, though, Potato? Because if you were baking something for me, I might be more forgiving. I am a fat guy. So, yes, I did say a bad word. Next thing is match issues. Let's say your server crashes or something big happens in your match. We have a dispute. We have a problem. Open up a ticket in the ticket bot, guys. We will get in. We will help you out. We have staff on call ready to go every single match night to make sure that issues are handled quickly. So get in. Tell us what's going on. Type stuff in your ticket. Let us know what's going on, and we will help you out. That is our job, to be there. I am on call every single match night. Staff knows that. So if there's an issue, I will be there. I will get it done. So please make sure if you have an issue, open up a ticket right away. Don't wait. We'll get involved, and we'll make sure the situation is resolved in the most fair way we possibly can. We can't always promise it's going to be the friendliest and nicest way to fix things, but we are going to resolve things in the quickest and fairest way we can within the scope of our rule set, okay? So patience is a virtue on that, and remember, just as a note, our entire staff is volunteers. I'm gonna say this first and foremost. I am very protective of the staff that works here in SPCS. They are incredible people. Those of you who've known me for a while know how much I value the people around me. They are awesome, and the ransom notes are very important to me. No, but these people are extraordinarily helpful, and they are very dedicated to SPCS and the growth of this scene. So I'm just going to say this flat out. Please be nice to them, guys. You don't have to like them, but just please be respectful of them. That is all I really care about. If you're going to be here and you're just going to be rude to staff who is volunteering countless man hours, for those of you who don't know how many hours the staff is putting in right now to do a roster lock-ins, it's kind of crazy, especially Smarties, who doesn't have an assistant, by the way. But they are deadlifting right now to try to get through everything. So please be very kind to our staff as they are working hard to get everything done, to get SPCS Series 2 up and running. They are wonderful people who are extremely generous and extremely helpful. So please be kind to them as they volunteer their time. Again, all volunteers. Nobody's taking money from SPCS. That's not how this works. Other tournaments, they have paid staff. We don't. We do everything on a volunteer basis. We love this place. We love this scene, and that's why we're here. We do it because we love what we do. And please be kind to them because they are working hard to make sure that the best possible experience is had by everybody here. These people are awesome. And that is just a genuine truth. These people are awesome, so treat them like that. All right. I've been talking for a long time here, guys. We got a little bit more to get through. I know a lot of people are working on, are wondering about the map pool and the week 1 schedule draw. We have a fun thing for that. And again, if you have some questions, we're going to have a quick Q&A at the end too. So if you want to save those, you can save that for then, and we'll talk more and we'll open it up for questions. You can ask anything during that time. You can ask what my favorite color is. It's blue, by the way. So thank you for asking. Anything. I'm an open book. I am an open book. You can ask any question. Let's talk about the format, guys. So for those of you who are in last season's format, I will be perfectly blunt. Last season's format, outside of Rookie Division, last season's format was absolute cheeks from start to finish. It was horrible. I hated it. We tried to do something with it. Skips, you're wrong, and shut up. It was the worst format I've ever put together, and I am ashamed of it. I hated it. We had so many rematches, so many different things that happened. We absolutely hated everything about that format. We're moving on. We're not okay with what we did there. We wanted to try some new things. We wanted to experiment, and it just didn't work. If you're wondering who came up with the idea, I blame everything on Navino. If you know, you know. That being said, we're moving on from the old format. It was not a great format, and we're really excited to move on to something else. We are moving on to a format. Would we ever remove the championship bracket? Hernandez, great question, because no! The championship bracket wasn't around last season, but guess what? It's coming back. This season is a Swiss format, just like... It's a very inside joke, by the way, Coma, because it literally just happened in staff chat. We're going back to our old playoff format that you'd be very familiar with if you played in Tranquility. We'll talk about that in a second. But the season starts with 5 weeks of Swiss play in each division. After 5 weeks of Swiss play, we will be doing a play-in match for the lowest seeds to earn their way into the playoffs. After that, we will have a 2-stage playoff setup. We will have first 3 weeks of knockouts. If you finish higher in the regular season, you will more than likely have 2 lives in the playoffs. If you finish lower in the regular season, you will have to earn your way in through play-ins, and you will likely only have 1 life in the playoffs. So your regular season record directly correlates to the seeds you get in the knockout phase as we move into that portion of the tournament. Last but certainly not least, after those first 3 weeks of knockouts, we move into the 3-week championship bracket. That'll be between 8 teams who will move in to a single elimination setup. This is the winner take all first to four matches for every single one. If you finish in the top 4 from knockouts, you get to pick your opponent from the bottom 4 teams in knockouts, or from the bottom 4 teams who qualify for championship bracket. So there's tons of importance in finishing high during the knockout phase, because if you do, you get to pick an opponent. You could pick your poison moving into the knockout phase of the tournament, or moving into the final phase of the tournament, the championship bracket, which will be a 8-team single elimination playoff to determine your grand finals and determine your champion. So that is how our playoff will work. We will have graphics. We will have pictures. We will have full explanations for you very soon on the SPCS Discord. So if you're wondering what the hell is this boomer talking about, just hang on. It's going to be in the Discord, guys. I promise you very soon. So if you are familiar with the old Tranquility format, the playoffs is the exact same. If you are familiar with how Swiss works, which you should be because it's Swiss, that's how the regular season works. So, schedule will be posted every week for that, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So, first and foremost, let's talk about the very funny Skips. Let's talk a little bit about the week 1 and entirely regular season map pool. I know a lot of you have been wondering where that is. We have it tonight, and it's going to be right here. Here's your map pool for Series 2 regular season. As you can see, the starting map is always control, and that is predetermined. We have 5 control maps as part of your map pool. In addition to that, we have 4. We moved up from 3 to 4 in each of the possible match or game modes to just give a little bit more map diversity. And again, if you are the losing team, you get to pick the next map and mode for each individual one. One thing you might notice, Clash isn't here. That's because Clash is gone. Thank you, Blizzard. The other thing you might notice is, well, there's no we're missing 2 Flashpoint maps. Well, that's not my fault. Blame Blizzard. But again, once again, there are now 4 maps of each map or game type in this pool, completely random drawn, that we played for these first 5 weeks. After 5 weeks, we will draw our playoff map pool, which will be an entirely new map pool with these maps added back into the pool, by the way. These could be drawn into the map. So this is completely random to be very clear, I don't like a lot of these maps personally, so don't say it was, my choice, because trust me, I would never, ever, 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 ever put Midtown into a map pool, just to be very clear. Midtown is horrible. Worst map of the game. I know some of you would disagree. Midtown sucks. But anyways, that's just my 2 cents. So, some of you, and one person just brought up our hero bands introduced in this. We do have hero bands this season. I didn't cover that in this info drop. But yes, hero bands are back, are in this season. And if you are curious about that, please just read the rules. Best thing I can encourage. I don't want to sit here and describe the whole process because it takes time and it's a lot of time. And I've been talking a lot already. So don't forget your hero bands. I'm drinking a Coors Light tonight for those who are asking. Why? Because I have no taste, apparently. Yes, I agree. It's not my favorite, but it's just what I had in the fridge. I made a beer cheese soup with that, so I had some leftovers, so it became my drink for this. So, all right. Yeah, you saw a frame of the can. You knew it was Coors. I bet you did. I bet you did, Parker. Anyways, moving on. Now the last thing I have before we get into our Q&A is our week 1 schedule draw. For those of you who are asking when our schedule is going to be posted for other weeks, if you are asking when that's going to be done, it's going to be done as soon as we can, but it's Swiss, so we need to make sure matches are completed first. It could mean it happens it could mean it happens normal match day because everybody gets their match done, or it could happen Sunday morning because that's as far as we need to get all the matches completed. But the schedules will be posted as soon as possible after the previous week's matches are done. So you got to be patient. You got to wait. But again, we're following normal Swiss algorithms, normal Swiss rules, try to pair against people against similar opponents with regards to record and success. So please keep that in mind as we're working on getting these schedules out. We're going to try to put you in a reasonable Swiss format. So that is how that's going to work. So if you're asking where that is, that's where your other weeks are going to come in. But first and foremost, we have to draw some schedules. And in order to do that, for those of you who know me, I have really no better way to do that other than, well, the old wheel spin. So the wheel spin is back. Now, once again, it is worth noting, the name picker wheel. Everybody knows wheelofnames.com. This is how we're going to be drawing the week 1 schedule. So for those who are wondering, in each division, we put that thing away. No, I'm not doing it. You can't tell me what to do. It's going to happen. So we have 15 teams in the rookie division. Of these 15 teams, that means one team will get a bye. So the last team picked off this wheel will get a bye in week 1. Please note that is subject to change if we get another team added, which is still possible. Technically, teams can still apply late. So just note that right now you'll have a bye, but please make sure you don't say, well, I'm going to go plan a nice fancy dinner on Monday night now because I'm going to go to Chick-fil-A on Monday night now because I don't have a match. You still might. So just hang tight. Don't assume until that actually happens, okay? So, but first and foremost, let's start rolling through our schedules. And we'll start. And yes, we're going to listen to the wheel spin every single time. It's going to be wonderful. Let's turn up the music a little bit. Let's get a little bit of a jam in the background, guys. What do you say? And it's going to be Rag Hella first off the list. So Ragnarok Hella. And they will be playing in week 1. You can't hear the wheel spin? I'm not going to turn it up, so... They will be playing against Infernal Blade in week 1. Dorito, I believe you're working on that, so thank you very much. We'll get these posted in the Discord for everybody. They will be up on the website at some point in the next however long, but the teams aren't on the website yet, so you got to hang tight. Nemesis will be taking on in week 1... Looks like Ignition Pyroclasm, week 1 for those two teams. Next off the list, we have, looks like Mass Effect. Mass Effect making their return. They will be taking on, drink time, Sirens in a matchup of some returning teams. That should be a fun one. Might be our broadcasted match. Be a good kickoff right there, I think. Let's get into our next one here. Reminder, the last team selected right now will be on the bye. It's the Greedy Girls. I know what that's supposed to say, but that's okay. The Greedy Girls. I can't do that. I'm too old for that. They will be taking on the Glacial Gladiators in week 1. Glacial Gladiators. All right. Once again, the last team selected will currently be on the bye, so keep that in mind. Next up, we have Danger Close. Danger Close on the list here. Danger Close will be taking on, looks like No More Mr. Nice Guy, making their return to SPCS from Series 1. 5 teams left on the list for Rookie Division. EG Splat. EG Splat will be taking on Strix in week 1. Strix making a return to the scene. It's a Trank throwback for those who've been in the scene for a long time. EG Splat versus Strix. Last match here before we get to the bye. It's going to be Bees Nuts. Bees Nuts taking on, looks like, is it going to be, yes, it's going to be Ruinous Radiance. Ruinous Radiance taking on Bees Nuts. And it leaves Kitsune Cavalry, who will be currently on the bye. And once again, just currently, that will change, potentially. So hang tight if you were on Kitsune Cavalry and watching this right now. It still might change. We might add another team if we find another one who gets added. So just hang tight. Don't assume anything. We'll give you a spin. Sure. Look, it's you, Kitsune Cavalry. There it is. Good job, guys. You did it. All right. Kitsune Cavalry is the last team on the list, and that is your entire Rookie Division schedule for week 1. Let's move on to our next division, which I'm sure you guys are excited to see, because that's right. I want to make sure I'm in the right division. I just had doubts for some reason here. Hold up. Where are we here? Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. A lot of teams, because there are 30 teams in this division. That's right. It is the, as soon as I want to get it soon here. There it is. There it is. It is the Intermediate Division. 30 teams in the Intermediate Division. So big tournament here for the Intermediate teams. Could not be more excited for this, guys. A fantastic group of teams here. Some old names, some new names, and we're excited to have all of them here. So let's get this ball started, or the ball rolling. We won't have a bye right now for this division, by the way, so good job. And it's going to start off with the Queen's Guard, a returning team who played in Rookie Division last season in Series 1. Queen's Guard will be going up against, looks like Team Fire is going to be the team. Team Fire, new to SPCS. They will be taking on the team that I just said before, who I suddenly forgot. Queen's Guard. Yes, Team Fire versus Queen's Guard. Should be a very good one. Next up on our scheduled draw, we have Kingpins. Kingpins will be taking on Kingpin's opponent will be Kabosu returning back to Series 2 from Series 1. Kingpins versus Kabosu should be a very good matchup there. Next up, we have, looks like Space Pandas Red. Space Pandas Red. They will be up against in week 1. :3 Siamese. :3 Siamese. Don't know much about them. Oh, we got an ad. Hold up. We got an ad. Adge. I don't know if anybody didn't get an ad. Did anybody not get an ad? Is the ad over already? Let us know if the ad, if everybody's back, just let me know. Just waiting here, you know. Your ad's over. No ad. Some people got Twitch Pro. Ad gone. Cool. So :3 Siamese is the last team here. Dorito, I hope you got the team before this. Let me know if you didn't. Because if you didn't, I suddenly forgot it. Just talk through the ad. If they want to hear what you have to say, they'll subscribe. It's a good time to mention, by the way, that SPCS is now a Twitch affiliate. One of the best ways to support SPCS is going to be subscribing. So if you'd like to support SPCS, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down, right in the system there. That would be greatly appreciated. We'd love to have you guys be a part of what we do here. Yeah, that would be fantastic. If you're able to subscribe, we definitely would appreciate the support. It goes towards paying for giveaways that we'll be having throughout the season. And just because I'm a nice guy, you know, we'll just say there's 5 gifted. So thanks, SPCS. There's 5 gifted for Lil Weavy, Renato, Coma, Frozen, and Big Brain. So congratulations. Congratulations, everybody. All right, but again, we'll have more on the Discord updated and set up for proper everything as we go along here. So, all right. So Dorito, are you good? Did you need the? Do you have the teams? Are you caught up and ready? I know the ad kind of threw things in. I don't want to assume you're not good to go. So, just waiting. A funny story about money laundering schemes, Fainter. Funny story about that. We're not going to get into that though. You're not the one doing it. It's Ricky. Ricky, are you good then? I'm going to assume you are. So. I'm going to assume you are. Perfect. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. All right. Let's move on then. Next matchup. Look at all these subscriptions coming in here. Looks like a hype train starting. So thank you guys very much for the support. We're just getting kicked off the ground, and all this extra sub revenue is going to go towards the community in the form of these giveaways, guys. So we'd love to do more giveaways, by the way. So, hey, thank you very much for the support, and we really appreciate it. So, Leduc's Legacy next on the list. And next up is Vagrants. So Leduc's Legacy taking on Vagrants. Celestial Knights. Celestial Knights. And Celestial Knights will be taking on... I'm just enjoying reading this chat right now. It's very entertaining. Looks like they'll be taking on Full Sail Armada. Full Sail Armada up against Celestial Knights. Next up, we got Grav 9. Grav 9, and they will be taking on... Aura Fury. Aura Fury. Next matchup. Oceanside Atlantic. Oceanside Atlantic, another newcomer to SPCS. They will be taking on... Oh, it's the E-Kittens. The E-Kittens taking on... Why did I forget the name all of a sudden? Am I okay? I think I've been talking for about an hour, so I think maybe my brain's turning to mush. Concordia Crimson. Concordia Crimson. Yes, thank you. Oceanside. Thank you. Whew. Yeah, Brain, I owe you one on that one. Concordia Crimson taking on... Sorry, Sans. I know that's you guys. I apologize. Concordia Crimson taking on Friendly Company. Well, that sounds lovely. That sounds fantastic. Rain is the GOAT, for the record. Now we have IHOP, which, by the way, is my favorite branding we've gotten so far. Shout out, I believe, Bunny on that logo. Really cool. Can't wait for you guys to see it, too. It's really adorable. And IHOP will be taking on Phoenix. Phoenix in week 1. Last 6 matches this time. We'll be starting off with Chicago Deep Dish, which you guys can go ahead and get your boo and say, get all your, say all the mean things you want to say now, because trust me, I'm with you. Just an absolute deep dish moment there. And Chicago Deep Dish will be taking on... Oh, come on. Move to Eternal Surge. That'd be so much fun. Nope. It's going to be North Rose Polaris. New team here. North Rose Polaris. Don't know much about them, but we'll see how they handle Chicago Deep Dish. Next. Thanks, NPC. NPC, you're the GOAT. Appreciate you, buddy. Ragnarok Thor. Ragnarok making their return to SPCS this season. And they, week 1, will be taking on the return of the Timeless Freaky Ferrets. Timeless Freaky Ferrets making their return against Ragnarok Thor. That should be a banger. So, looking forward to that one. Is that North Rose, like the esports college? I'm not actually sure, but I would assume so. We have Ratio, L plus Ratio. And they will be taking on LaSille Team 6. LaSille Team 6. Next up. Leviathans. And they will be taken on Ignition Sacred Fire. Ignition making their return again to SPCS this season after a really successful Series 1. Next up, we have Eternal Surge once again making their reappearance back in SPCS. Ronin defying those retirement rumors once again. No shock there. Now Ronin, he'll be back. Don't worry. That's a lie, Parker. You know that as well as I do. Next up, the Coffee Kitties. Coffee Kitties. Now the last 2 teams who will be playing each other, Central Michigan taking on EXN Holocene, but we're going to go ahead and just roll for it just because it's fun. So Central Michigan taking on EXN Holocene. There it is, guys. That is your intermediate division, your biggest division in SPCS Series 2 at 30 teams. All the week 1 matchups have been set. Whew. Man. I don't know about you, but I feel like I've been talking for a long time. Because I have. It's now been just a little over an hour. So appreciate you guys sticking with me here. We're going to have time for a short Q&A after this last division, which, again, is our friends over in the Advanced Division. So we'll go ahead and pull that up right now. There we go. Yes, SPCS is affiliate now, and again, one of the best ways you can support SPCS through this season and beyond is by subscribing. We will have VODs uploaded to our YouTube channel. We have so many things munching. Where have you been? We're live, we're running, and again, best thing you do is subscribe if you want to support us. We will be having giveaways back this season. Every 2 weeks, we'll be doing $50 gift cards. So guys, it's great. Show up, watch. You watch our stream, you get free things. Free things are good. We want you to get free things. So watch our streams, enter giveaways. Free things, good. I can't reiterate that enough. Gift cards, good. Yes, gift cards, good. I did say gift cards. Did you say gift cards? I saw you say gift cards in the chat. Gift cards, good. And where are these gift cards for? Hell, I don't know. You could make it for pretty much whatever you want as long as I can buy it on Amazon. So, or I can just get you an Amazon gift card. So, we have all these options, guys. So, free things, gift cards, good. All these things, good. So, good. So, show up, watch our stuff, earn some channel points. And if you click on the channel points right now, by the way, guys, you'll see one of the options there to select as a thing you can select is a giveaway entry. That is how you can enter the giveaways. Right now, it's 1,000 points. Boy, that seems like a lot. Well, how quickly will you earn that? You'll be surprised. Just show up to our streams, earn the giveaways. You'll be surprised how quickly you can build up those points. So watch our streams. Best thing you do, you get points. You get points. You get a car. No, you don't get a car. Like maybe a really small car, but that's about it. So, all right, I'm building up a lot of energy here. So let's get into the advanced schedule now. And advanced has 27 teams. 27 teams. That means the last team, once again, will be initially scheduled for a bye. Once again, if you are scheduled for a bye, I cannot reiterate that enough. Please don't assume you're not going to have a match, because you still might end up having a match if we get a late registration. We would love to avoid buys. We would like to get to an even number. So don't assume that you're going to have a bye until it's actually match day and we don't have an opponent for you. Got it? Good. Let's spin the wheel and get through the advanced division schedule. Starting off, we have OOKA. Returning back to SPCS once again. OOKA in week 1 will be taking on, it looks like, Infinite Nebula. All right, next one is Konpeki Crushers. Konpeki Crushers. Konpeki Crushers will be taking on Clairvoyance. Clairvoyance. They were the winners of the final season of Tranquility. A little bit of a different team now, I believe, but good team. So, somebody just informed me that there is a Kabosu in both divisions, and we didn't notice that. That is an unfortunate thing that just happened, that we just noticed. So, that is a really interesting thing that I'm definitely wondering what's going on there, division admins. Hopefully we can figure that out and get that addressed. Should we take them off of this list, or should we take them off of the other list? We should probably know that. That would be a good idea. You're working on it with Smarties and figuring it out right now. Disqualify one to get to an even number. I might just do that. I might pull them off this list. Hold up. We're gonna have a little moment here. I'll be right back. We are so back, folks. Sorry for all the confusion on that. Just to clarify, so it looks like just a little bit of a error on the application. We got it sorted out. Kabosu is playing in advanced, so they were scheduled on intermediate to play against Kingpins. Right now, that's going to be a Kingpins bye until we get another team in there. We have a couple of messages out to a couple of teams already, so Kingpins, just assume you're going to have a match, but the opponent isn't confirmed yet. Okay, so just hang tight, please. Just hang tight. Thanks for your patience there while we worked that out, but Kabosu is in this, and we're going to proceed as we were with this schedule. So we had gone through 2 matches already, and we're going to go right into your next match right now. Crank up the music a little bit. Let's jam out while we're going through this. Thanks for your patience once again, guys, while we worked through clerical errors on our side. Stevens Red in the next matchup. Their opponent is going to be Locomotion in week 1. Locomotion versus Stevens Red. Your next matchup in this division is going to be Airless Veil. Airless Veil with an X instead of an O. They will be taking on Apothapookies in week 1. Apothapookies. Next matchup. We have Ragnarok Sif. Ragnarok Sif will be taking on OOKBBQ. OOKBBQ. Next up, we have Quetzalcoatl. And their opponent will be the Wild Cat Girls, making their return. Wild Cat Girls. Next, we have OSU Varsity. And OSU Varsity, I'm not sure which OSU that is. Is that Oklahoma State? Is that Ohio State? It just says OSU. I believe it says that on both applications now that I look. So, is it Oklahoma State, Oregon State, Ohio State, other versions of said thing? I'm not really sure. But they'll be taking on Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost. Is there anything else that will be discussed after matches are determined? There will be a short Q&A, Black Dragon. So if people have questions, it's a great opportunity to ask them. OSU JV. They will be taking on Kabosu. This time we promise. It is Kabosu. We promise. We promise, guys. Kabosu. Next up, we have the Battalion will be taking on Encrypted. Encrypted is their opponent in week 1. Next, we have Concordia Wildwind. Concordia Wildwind will be taking on the Queen's Gambit in week 1. Queen's Gambit. Next up, we got Space Pandas Blue. And their opponent in week 1 will be... Great question, NPC. Great questions. EAUCD Blue. Next up, We have Bubble Tea. Yes, Bubble Tea. And they will be going up against. Yes, Gaming Cow is back. Overcharged in week 1. And your final week 1 match is being determined now. Your final week 1 match will be Shadow Swag. I'm not doing the X's. I'm just not. But that is how they typed it. And that is how it will stay typed. But I'm going to call them Shadow Swag. Shadow Swag. And they will be going up against... That brings me back to my Xbox days right there, man. UKN Crimson in week 1, which, by the way, yes, it is certainly a team name of all time. That leaves Cafe Game as your final team to be drawn. Cafe Game will be on the bye in week 1. Again, currently that might change, so please hang tight. Please hang tight. And that is your schedule draw, everyone. So week 1 schedules have been posted or have been rolled. They'll be posted very soon on the Discord, and they'll be available on the Solomon GG website very, very soon, as well as we're getting teams uploaded onto there. So hang tight while we're getting everything onto the website. Hang tight while we're getting these schedules posted. Solomon is working hard to get those things done, balancing that between all of their other crazy obligations that they have out there in the esports world. So huge shout out. Thank you, Solomon. Thank you, Knock, for what you guys do. So last but certainly not least, we have a short Q&A option. If you have any questions that we didn't answer here, now is a great time to ask them as we move on into the start of Series 1, which, by the way, it starts in a week, 7 days. We'll have our first broadcast, our first matches in the rookie division. Can't wait. We're so excited for this, guys. Looking forward to that first matchup in rookie, and looking forward to getting our first stream and our first opportunity to show you guys what SPCS is all about. So looking forward to that. Here's your opportunity. If you have any questions, feel free to type them in to the Twitch now, and we'll be happy to go over them here. If you have no questions, then you don't need to ask them. We can certainly just go ahead and call it a night. I have been talking for a very long time. And those of you who know me know I'm very long-winded, so this shouldn't be a surprise. SPCS merch, not currently. No, we have no plans for merchandise right now. Not looking to monetize anything at this time other than the Twitch, which we're using to support our giveaways. So I was late. So when is week 1? Next week. So starts on the 10th. So Ben posted a bunch of the Discord, so make sure you're checking the Discord for all that information. Got rid of a lot of your training shirts. No SPCS merch in the pipeline right now. Maybe down the line, but it's certainly not a priority. We're not really trying to monetize anything right now. So, not really our goal. Any beef jerky giveaways? Man, I wish. That'd be cool. I'd love to. Who doesn't love beef jerky? Man. We get Jack Links on board. Jack's Links. Jack Links would be great. Will the schedule be ready by tonight? Well, we announced it, so you should have it. Will it be posted on the website tonight? I don't know, because we still have to get all the teams uploaded onto the website. It takes time. The schedule will be posted for you guys in some form on the Discord, so you guys will at least be able to see it there. It will not be on the website right away, more than likely. I know Solomon's going to work on it, but again, Solomon has a million obligations and a million things we have to get done to get the website ready for Series 2. So just hang tight. It's going to be there soon. We're working on it. I promise you so much. So, all right. Should be up by tonight. Solomon is the GOAT as always, guys. So. All right. Any other questions before we call it a night here, guys? I've been talking now for almost an hour and a half, and I only had to interrupt it once to go scold people. It's pretty impressive. For those who, by the way, once again, who don't know me, I'm Mr. Yeti. I've been doing this now for 8 years. I worked in Tranquility for 7 years with wonderful people like NPC, who's typing in the chat. Miss you too, buddy. Been working in this scene for a very long time, and I love everything I do here. I work with amazing people who've been with me for a very long time in some cases, and some very new. So love what we do here, and I'm very, very happy to be here. For me personally, so you know, I'm 37 years old. That's right, I'm 37. I just turned 37. My birthday was on January 26th. Just turned 37 years old. I have 2 kids, 11 and 7, which, by the way, love that. By the way, very fun. Love my kids, and I also, yeah, I'm a little baby compared to you, NPC, but you're ancient. And then also, I work in sales. I sell industrial metal. So, for those of you who are wondering what I actually do for a real job, and not just this other weird thing that I do that takes a lot of my time away from other things. So that is a little about me that maybe you didn't know, maybe you did know already. If you're wondering if my favorite game is Overwatch, by the way, it's definitely not. Still have a soft spot for Overwatch, but I hate playing it. It's really weird. I'm really weird like that. Love watching Overwatch. Hate playing Overwatch. That's relatable for a lot of you, probably, I'd imagine. You're literally going to be a grandpa in 3 months? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard, NPC. My God. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Good Lord, man. We've come a long way. We've come a long way. All right. I don't see any other questions other than Ricky's question, which I'm just going to ignore. I'm a Vikings fan, for those of you who don't know. Ricky likes Boston sports, for those of you who don't know. I'm so happy for Ricky. So happy. Vikings came so close this year. Yeah, they did. They did. They did better than the Cowboys. Definitely better than the Patriots. Definitely better than the Patriots. All right, guys. Again, thank you so much for joining me here tonight. Yeah, Brittany proceeds to answer it. Yeah, shut up. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight on the Series 2 information drop. We appreciate you guys being here once again, and I cannot wait for next week when we kick off Series 2. So, once again, I am Mr. Yeti. Thank you all for joining me here tonight, and we look forward to seeing you again here on this channel next Monday with our first Rookie Tier match.